Ex-Megadeth bassist Dave Ellefson. I miss Dave Mustaine. Isn't that cute? Ellefson has a podcast now, and I was gonna talk about some of this. We'll have to do a segment on it later, maybe. But he had Chris Poland, who was like the lead guitar player from Megadeth in the like So Far So Good So What He Sells era kind of. And like they had a good chat about Dave, because Chris Poland claims that Mustaine like said a lot of shit about him in the press, and like that like fucked up his career, basically, that he was like a drug addict and stuff. Like,
I believe it.
Mustaine said that about Ellefson?
About Chris Poland.
Oh
wow, Mustaine saying something bad about someone? I don't believe
Mustaine
that.
saying stuff about people. What? I still love Dave, don't get me wrong, but so in a new interview with the Dell Show, former Megadeth bassist Dave Ellefson spoke about his current relationship with the band's leader, Dave Mustaine, after show host Dell said that he misses seeing Ellefson and Mustaine playing together. David said, I miss Dave too. Look, some of the best stories in my life begin with the time me and Dave fill in the blank. You know what I mean? Because we lived such an interesting life together with that band. We haven't talked in a few years, but I miss the guy, of course. We had a lot of fun, and anytime we've ever had a falling out like this in the past, as soon as we get back together, it's like we were just hanging out yesterday. I'm like the canceling of Ellefson is one of the things I kind of like am mad at Dave Mustaine about.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The reason he was kicked out is so dumb.
Yeah. It was sex stuff, right?
Well, yeah. He was like sending pictures. He was like sexting with some chick or something. Right. And she leaked it.
That's why you play in a band. So you
can it was the big controversy, though, is that when they first started doing that, she wasn't 18 yet. So that was like the big. So it wasn't just the sharing videos online. It was with possibly a minor. And then who knows if it's true or not.
But also, this is the thing, though. But did he do anything? Like, did he just text with her when she was? It's like people like just want to clutch their pearls and like throw a tantrum over people's personal lives. And it's like, unless he did something that was like against the law and was convicted in court for it, I don't fucking care. It's none of my business.
Well, that's I don't know. I mean, we don't know what to believe until if something's proven in court, well then, that's different story.
Because people accuse shit. You can make any accusation about anyone and it has like weight or legs on social media. You know what I mean? Like I remember getting swarmed for defending David Bowie. They're like, people were saying David Bowie was a pedophile because this groupie chick wrote a tell-all biography where she like broke into his hotel room and raped him when she was 17, you know? And everyone's like, Bowie's a pedophile.
I would say, however, if you live a more moral life and don't mess around with women on the internet or women in person, like Dave Grohl or Dave Ellefson, when both of them are married, you won't get yourself into that kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like,
totally. Was Ellefson married? Because that's the other thing for me. It's like, if you're a single man, like.
Well, also we've talked about this before. It's like kind of like the Drake thing. Like, why do you think he's in a band? Or why do you think Drake is a rapper? So he can hook up with girls.
I like, and I've said this before, but it's like, just because someone like flirted with a 17-year-old doesn't make them a pedophile. Like, a pedophile is someone who's like going down to the school and like trying to bang little kids. Like, that's it's a crazy jump to make, you know, versus a girl who's statutorily on the edge, like, of legality.
I guess I don't want to give a pass to someone that's like, they're committed in a relationship. They identify as a Christian and then they go doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's
that's where I'm with you. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. I was married. I never cheated on my wife, but now I'm single and I'll fucking do what I want. Like, I'll do what I want.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to judge someone that has different beliefs than me, but like, you know, in the case of Dave Ellefson, like, he says he's a ordained minister in the Lutheran faith.
Does he? Whatever. And okay. See, that's not cool.
And that's the kind of thing. It's like, well, then, you know,
live your values, dude.
Yeah. And like, of course, no one's sinless. You know, everyone's going to make mistakes, but that's a pretty big mistake to make. You know what I mean? That's not.
And he knows better than that. It's not like he's like, yeah.
So I forgive him. I like Dave. I've met him in person. He's a great guy, but like, it was kind of a douche move, and yeah, he got kicked out of Megadeth. You know, so
yeah. Well, I can understand why Dave Mustaine would do that too. Because
I was gonna say, from his perspective,
all of a sudden his name is tarnished with that.
Yeah, and that's his baby. Megadeth is his baby, so he doesn't want to.
Yeah. No, that makes sense to me totally. But also, it's like I'm just tired of like we're so immature about sex in this country, and it's like dude, it's sex. Like if people are consenting adults,
well,
you know, if he's messaging someone, also messaging someone is different than actually.
But that's where the standards always change too. For like, it depends on what it is, and like no one's consistent with all this stuff. It's just nuts.
Well, the thing is, sex is a natural human biological thing too. It's like everyone there's some asexual people, but for the most part, male or female, everyone has some kind of a sexual impulse and instinct, you know? So it's something we all struggle with. And I agree with you, like, especially if you're going to put yourself on some pedestal as a moral person and then you should walk the walk. Like I, on the other hand, am a total heathen who doesn't claim to be any kind of moral, and I am a slut. Like I fully admit it, you know. But I also am ethical about it in the sense that like I'm not like having sex with anyone who's underage or like who you know isn't consenting. You know, it's like.
And I don't want to come down on Ellefson either. You know, like everyone makes mistakes. There's forgiveness, and we should move on. But I also just don't want to give him a pass and be like, "Oh, it's no big deal." I think it is a big deal.
I got you. See, I didn't really know all the details either. I just knew like he was messaging someone or sexting and got kicked out, and I was just like, "That's stupid." But again,
there you go. Oh, my little bit of context, but
yeah. This past May, Ellefson spoke about his last stint with Megadeth, which began in 2010 with a tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of Rest in Peace album, and ended in 2021 when he was fired after sexually tinged messages and explicit video footage involving the bassist were posted on Twitter. He told the Candid Mike with Franz Strine podcast about his initial return to Megadeth 15 years ago. I said, "Look, I'll come back for a month. Let me just get through this tour. We'll see how it goes." And it went well. And I'd been there as an owner of the company. I was no longer an owner at this point. I was just a hired sideman musician, which quite honestly at that point I was okay with. I was kind of like, well, as much as the owner can also get a lot of perks, as much as the owner also can get a lot of the perks, I know the owner of the business gets paid last. And if things fuck up or a show cancels or anything happens, guess what? Now you're on the hook for all the bills too. And that happened a lot over the years. So I was like, well, let me just try. Let me keep it simple and easy. As we went around the world, it was great. With the Big Four touring featuring Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. It was cool because I was back in Megadeth. Joey Belladonna was back in Anthrax. Dave Lombardo was back in Slayer. Everybody was back home, and the excitement for each of our bands, as well as our bands together, was huge. He continued for Megadeth. We got another 10 years, 11 years out of it, won a Grammy. So I feel like a lot of our story together in Megadeth with me and Dave got to be completed as well. And if it means we never play together again, oh well, it was a good couple chapters. And if one day we do, well, then we'll see where that goes. But I think you don't sit around and wait for those things. You just get on with it. You get moving forward. And I certainly didn't stop. I just kept going. When host Franz Strine, go ahead.
I just said valid.
Yeah. When host Franz Strine suggested that Ellefson's busier now than he has ever been, Dave said, yeah. And I feel lighter, to be honest with you. I wake up every day and it's like, all right, what are we going to do today? Asked if he has spoken with Mustaine since his 2021 dismissal from Megadeth. Ellefson said, nope, not one word. No need to. After that, no, I don't need to be your friend. I'll move on. So it kind of seems like not that he's like hurting over it, but.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't just Megadeth either. I think he was like a spokesman or something for PV or something, and they dropped him too. And
see, that's again where you kind of gotta like realize that like you
I'm
probably
disappointed.
shouldn't do something like that if you have those things at stake, because it's gonna something bad. Like he definitely knew better. And again, like you were saying, everyone sins, everyone makes mistakes, but like, you know, when there's those things riding on you, like I don't think you should like get into that.
It's I think because I came up in the world of like internet advertising and marketing, and I know that everything's a scam.
Yeah.
Like I would never like, that's what I think what I'm most disappointed at him about is like, dude, don't trust the internet with your shit. Like don't send people photos of you. Like they're going to use it against you.